So we are in Echo Park, California, right next to the 101 freeway at this spot that's normally skated like curve ledges in to kind of like a little hill bomb. We pass this spot all the time, and I actually don't like skating it that way, but Melcher came up with the great idea to skate it like a bump to bar, which I do like skating.
Well, no, remember it was, hey, I got a new motorcycle.
That's what it was.
Any ideas of shit to tow into,
yeah,
I'm down. That's what it was.
Yeah, and there was this.
And this one came up.
Yeah. And then we saw Elijah Burrow on Instagram, kickflip it. For a bar like this is, I'm 5'11", for reference. This is about waist high, like pretty much right at my waist. Typically for me, for like a bump of this size, it's not really like too much of an issue to get over. Like it's pretty standard with a bump to bar, I feel like, as far as the proportions. But the problem is, like, if you look at the entire sidewalk, it's not exactly in the middle. Like if it was on this line, it would probably be in the middle of the sidewalk. It's so close and you're going so fast. Like flipping and spinning just doesn't, I didn't think it was realistic. Like there were certain points where I was like, it's just not gonna work. Like there's no way. I don't know if I physically can't do it. I don't know if it's just not possible for anyone, but you know, there was this couple, like maybe 10 tries out of the 5 days I tried it, where it was like, if I could get that far, I knew I could do it. Like I fully like landed on it wheel bit, or like landed on it and kind of caught the little uphill like sewer, I don't even know what you would call it.
Oh, you forgot it was an uphill landing, didn't you?
It was only one time we did it without the dog leash, right?
And it was kind of working too.
Yeah.
Even though you were like getting burnt by the tailpipe and up close, and it was still kind of working.
Originally I was holding on like this. A lot of times I was like losing my grip because it's like really not much to hold on to. Like if I hold on to any of this, like, you know, you risk ripping it off. But he figured out his dog's leash.
The dog leash, baby.
It's got some elastic in it. It kind of gave me a little more like space. So think about a whole human being on a whole motorcycle, and then another human being in this tight spot. That's probably like, that's a good 4 feet, just us together. A foot to spare on either side. Plus you add speed to that. It's where I was like here. So really the top of the bar is eye level to me. Anytime the top of the bar or anything is eye level to you, it's like, it doesn't click sometimes. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, how am I gonna get over something that is currently head high? You know, that's like, that was a big thing going through my mind. Like a lot of the tries where it wasn't working, like, you know, it's a bit discouraging. You're like, this thing is like, maybe this is a little more than I bit off a little more I could chew. This is like as fast as I'm going right here. Like this is at like the peak of my speed. And that's the shit I see. Now imagine that. Sometimes a car is going by. Sometimes with a whole damn bus just literally stopped right there. That was my life for 5 days, probably 4-hour sessions at a time. Like, and something like this, you know, it's not, you're not constantly warmed up to skate this, because it's like, I'm not pushing at it. Like pushing at a, like towards a spot kind of keeps your momentum going, keeps you like ready to do the trick. But really, like from the other side of the freeway to here, all I'm doing is frontside flip. I'm holding on and frontside flipping. So I'm just guessing, like, you know what I mean? Every try is just a guess. I'm not really warmed up to do it. So when you have one person, which every skateboarder deals with this in any sort of major city, where someone walks by and they don't get it and they just take forever. They sit there and it's just like as if you aren't even there. And then you get all like unwarmed up, and then you gotta like try to ollie it or something and just get yourself back into it, because it's like literally seconds can throw you off, especially for something like this. Like my confidence will lower. Like even if I landed on one before, it's like I've got to be in that constant rhythm.
Right,
and
the
like
constant thing.
Yeah.
I fucking picked up on that right away, and I figured out like, all right, I got to get down there, turn the bike around as quick as I can, get parked, get ready, make sure the dog leash is like ready for him to grab, because I don't want any time wasted in between. Anything that slows that up is just like drain.
He and I had to figure out like, all right, I needed him to go to the corner faster, which is already scary enough for him because he's going from like 15, 20 miles an hour to a dead stop.
Jam on the brakes.
Yeah, with like not much room, you know, for air. And then I need him to get out the way. And then I just started to figure out like, okay, if I have him go faster up the ramp and I let go sooner and I kind of just pull myself, like kind of get like a little slingshot kind of thing going, then it gives me more of an opportunity to do it. Because a couple of the tries where I was holding on to like pretty much the end of the ramp, like I was almost hitting his exhaust, I was almost hitting him, like which you don't want to like kind of get thrown off balance at something like this, because like I've skated plenty of bump to bars and I've eaten shit up with the best of them, you know. So it's like that's one thing you want to avoid. I think second, third, and fourth time I was here, the same thing, just got dark. The third time was the day where like all the fires like up and down the West Coast were like raging. So it was like,
I remember that.
literally,
And the heat wave too.
Yeah, it was a heat wave as well. So it was like,
and the exhaust, and the fucking debris, and the ash in the air. Every time we'd go back down, we'd do the mask just to get through the tunnel because it's so gross in there.
I remember feeling sick after maybe the third time from just all the dust. Like I just felt so dried out and just like, honestly, like it just felt crazy. Like it was like probably the worst time we could have ever tried it, but I mean, it was a deadline. Like we were trying to get it done, you know. So into the stank we go.
You know, honestly, I haven't actually walked this. I only rode the bike down.
Yeah, you got
there's some doo-doo-doo.
So
gross. Oh my fucking god, dude.
So just so y'all know, that ain't dog shit.
I bet people avoid walking through here.
Absolutely.
People are like, dude, I'll fucking take the long route. This is disgusting.
Yeah, another pile of shit. Which is like, hey man, like if you're homeless, my heart goes out to you. You know, it's tough. Like it's tough out there. This is all some people can do. You know, like I have the luxury of just coming here to skate it, so I fully understand that. But it's just, you know, to give perspective on like this is the spot we skated. Like it's real. It's very real. There's a recent 9 Club stop and chat that Chris Cole was talking about trying tricks for too long, and where it gets to a point where it's like tapping into like depression, where you're like being depressed and bummed about other shit in your life. And it had gotten there so many times where I was like, fuck, if I don't do this, like then this and this is wrong. This is why I didn't do it. Like, dude, I was so far in my head, and when I did it, it was just like, wow. I was like, I didn't even have words. It's like it was unbelievable. I just did it. Like it was just done. Something that I did for like days on end, hours on end, like just in an instant. And I didn't even like, it wasn't like one of those things you hear where someone's like, I knew it was gonna happen that try. Like I had no idea it was gonna happen that try. I caught it, and it was like my body took over. It did the frontside flip that my body already knows how to do, and it just like worked so good that I had no like power to bail. It just worked. Like, and I rode away. Thank God it was the one that I wanted, the way I liked it. I didn't have to redo it, nothing. It just was the way I wanted it, and that was the end of that. Dude, I had my dog here, my girlfriend here, my dad. Like, if I could just create an environment to get me through it mentally, just like have like the homies and some family around, like, you know, whatever it took. Like this meant that much to me to get this trick done, and like, you know, the cards were just stacked against me for the most part.
It was dope. So he was sitting in the car, just kind of watching us that day, and we didn't get it that day, and it was a bummer. And then you were like, we're fucking getting it tomorrow, dude. He leaves at noon. He's gonna land in Philly at like whatever 6 or something. And I was like, all right, tell him he's gonna have a video clip in his phone by the time he lands, because we're doing this.
And I sent my pops the footage, and he was hyped. I sent him both angles. He was so stoked. I only know of 2 dudes. There's probably some other people who skated it, but I only know of Clive Dixon and Elijah Burrow who skated it, and I feel like that's pretty good company to be in. It's not that often in LA that you get to skate a spot that's already pretty well known and join such a short list of dudes who skated it. For me, that's like my opportunity to like, you know, be a part of some sort of California skateboarding history. It's just a crazy spot. I feel like all really good spots have that though. It's like, if you come here and you skate it, it's not just this thing. There's a list of things that you've got to get past and get over. You'll get it. You'll understand. It might not look it, but you'll understand when you come here. It's a hell of a spot.
Dude,
I'm never coming back here again.
No, that was clean as fuck. I love you.
Love you too,
Oh
dog.
my God,
Holy
did we work?
shit. 5 fucking times.
I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Oh, fuck. Let me see that shit.